So how can we add color to it? For example, the front of the drawer and maybe the feet we would like to have a little bit of color. Right now, just this black and white drawing looks a little bit bland. So let's add a new layer because also our sorting here is set to manual. That's what we want. So new layer and tap on it, and on the right side looks like a rectangle with a pen. Click on it, and we call this just marker. Here's our marker. So how does marker work? It's actually a pretty cool tool. So it just has a broad pen, and based on how you're rotating the pen, so now it's actually vertical and now it's nearly parallel. You see there the tip changes a little bit. Also, if you go horizontal or vertical, and if you oh, this is actually difficult to see because you see only the result on the display, but you do not see how I'm holding the pen. Okay, so let me explain this one more time. So my pen is in my hand like a fork, like we're writing. So I go to the right, and I go down. So it's like the pen is at a 45-degree angle. And that's also what you can see, that the tip is 45-degree. Now, if the pen is perpendicular to the iPad, you see how the tip is. So you see how I'm rotating the pen. And that's basically the whole trick in working with the marker. And then if you go over, you see it kind of like looks like we're adding more marker onto the paper, and the paper starts to soak the ink. Also, when we go slow or press really hard, so the pressure also has actually impact. I don't really press very hard, I just would go over it multiple times. And also here there's an opacity function. So there's like really thick. So let's keep this at 80. Yeah. Okay. Tap on the marker name, tap on the arrow, select everything and delete. And let's see now how we can clean this, not clean this up, put marker on. So you see I'm rotating this image with two fingers, pinch and rotate. Why did I do this? Because now if I just tap my screen, there you can see how my marker is. So I'm actually drawing this way because my hand is natural, so my pen is kind of like facing this way. So I can draw this direction. Two fingers, multiple times, tap undo. So this way now I can make really nice marker lines there and there and there. Wow, nice and controlled. So, but this is not really how we want to draw. You see, this looks terrible. Let's zoom out a little bit. And what we simply do is we need nice and fast motions. A little bit bigger, a little bit going over it, not a big deal. Because we just simply draw over it, and then we will use the hard mask tool. That tool is kind of genius. So let's draw over it. Whoa, what happened? Go to here, draw over it. You see it masks everything, but this is actually the ingenious trick. Let's go to select and item picker, and you see where my tool is. It selects actually the marker strokes or the eraser stroke. Yeah, I mean it's not eraser, it's a mask stroke. I move it to here, tab, and you got it. We can with this clip everything out what we don't need. So this basically means when I delete this and delete this, I can very quickly put some marker lines down the way how I want, and then I simply start on the left side going up and down very carefully. There, very good. Then I come from the bottom. There, very good. And from the right, I go up and down, chip, 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 chip. And then I get closer. Zack. And I rotate. And also here. And there's the last one. There. Beautiful. Yeah, you see the wood actually looks pretty good. And it's also only because I just drew it rather fast than trying to like color by number fill this out. So there's this. The size of the marker stroke really also helps when this is very tiny. Then I can get more into corners. Undo, because actually the size we had was pretty good. Now if I zoom in, you see there is marker over this black line. That's not what I want. Check this out. With the finger I select marker layer, drag down, and I put it under it. Ta-da! Nicely cleaned up. I have some artifacts there and there. Keep it. That makes it look man-made, human-made, not machine-made. Okay, let's go to here. So, marker again. Now I rotate this again because my marker goes this direction. Okay, and chup, 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 chup. I try not to draw and then stop on it. That's actually what I did there a few times. I want to go over it. There. Okay. And then again, marker left, or not left, on the right side, towards the left. Zack. Go to here. Zack. Go to there. Choop, 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 choop. Zack. And maybe here at the bottom. Okay. Now I have something there that I will clean out too. Good. Sweet. So that's how we very easily can add kind of like a veneer idea via marker. Well, what's missing when this should be wood? Well, a wood grain or pores, etc. So let's make a new layer. And this I will actually call veneer. That's the reason why I have here another pen. This is a fixed width. This is fine. Now we can also go maybe, yeah, with this one. Okay, well, that should be rather thin. So let's zoom in. This is too big. So maybe uh, maybe a tick even more. Okay, so and then we will start the following. We just draw ourselves some veneer stuff. Cool. There. Let's do the same here too. Just wiggle lines. Ideally, the faster you do this and the more you turn off your brain, the better the stuff always looks. Otherwise, we start tending to overthink it. There are some bad lines there, so we could mask it, or we could also go to this. So this tool is the slice tool. Let me show you how the slice works. But whoa, what happened? You see, actually, I did this on all layers. I wanted this only to be on the active layers. So let's undo and then zip, zack. And the slice, technically speaking, slices it. So if I go make it this way, you see now I have indeed two elements. Well, this is not what I want. Obviously, I want just only remove the stuff that's extra. Here didn't draw it this way. Okay, good. So when I go over something, I can fully, for example, also remove the stuff here. This is kind of dumb. So we make another line there. Okay, good. We can also add, with the pencil going straight down, just adding some dots. Not too much, don't press too hard. Just to add a little bit of texture. So there's something going on. Yeah, okay. Very good. Nice thing is now we can turn this on off this layer. Now that's the beauty of working with layers. Black and white actually looks kind of cool too. We will do one more layer and we will call this fill. Okay. We have here this fill tool. We also have airbrush and watercolor. Actually, let's go to watercolor one time. So the colors are all the same. Very good. And ooh, this is really, oh, the point is really big there. And we might have to press a little bit. And there you see it works like watercolor. And that size, it's not really that good. So let's switch the watercolor to airbrush. How does airbrush work? Yeah, I mean like airbrush. If we put down, well, airbrush, we can go over it more. The pen pressure really helps defining how much paint basically is being sprayed out. For this particular application, honestly, the fill color will work the best. So we can do this down here. So how does this fill color work? You see, you just select, and not select, you just draw what you would like to fill. There, something is missing. This is maybe a little bit too much, so we just draw a second one in there. Very nice. Technically speaking, they should be the same, so I could make a copy. Yeah, bring this over. There, okay. And then let's do one fill here. And this simulates a little bit kind of like a cartoon inking technique. That's also why I have this outline on top. I'm actually releasing the pen now, and then you can see we always have one straight line. And here I go, I start on the right side, there, go up there. Oh, yeah, maybe a little bit too much. Let's fill this a tick. Also here. We don't have to be, again, we don't want to clean this out like perfectly because then it looks like color by number. We just want to work fast. We just don't want to work sloppy. But we can have some loose, natural variations in it. You see how this fill actually covers up the veneer. If you take a look at the layers, the veneer is actually under it. So let's move this one on top. There we are. Cool. Let's take a look again why concepts is so amazing. So here's my fill. Tap on the name. Tap on the select icon. Show me this with a different material. Ta-da! Now we have changed the color. 2 fingers undo. Tap on the ground. Now we don't want this. Maybe let's show me how this all looks with marker, etc. Marker is actually quite cool. That looks really like veneer from the distance. Obviously, when we zoom in, we can see. It's just there's some banding, but illustrative. It has really nice quality, and this actually looks pretty good. Maybe it's a little bit too much filled. So let's click on the fill name or the layer name, and then we can also lower the transparency a little bit to make it less pop. We want to just add a little bit to it. There's one tiny issue. We see where we drew multiple pieces above each other. There we are running into some issues. So in that case, we might have to actually get rid of those. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, also here. And there. Okay. Because I would have seen those all the time, but now this actually looks pretty cool. Okay, this kind of like brings an end to how to quickly sketch something like this. Again, I hope through the demonstration you see how wonderful concepts as a vector-based illustration tool is. It has dimensions, it has snapping. We can literally select every line we did. Let's say we want to go to our pen stuff, select everything, and then we can change the color. We could even change the type of pen that's being used. So you see everything can be themed afterwards. And that gives me, as a creative person, a lot of, how could I say that? I don't feel penalized when I make a mistake because I can always correct the mistake and rework and perfect things in a way how I want, which makes me more inclined to sketch in concepts than, for example, in Procreate. Procreate is very popular and very good too. I simply prefer this process and freedom I have in concepts.